We're back with day 2 of the pot pie recipe, and today we're just gonna do it all, the rest of the pot pie today, because you could have split it up into 2 days, but I think it's just easy to do it all today. So first we're gonna start off with washing our hands. I already sanitized the surface. I actually did like a deep clean today, so everything's in cleaner. It's really nice to clean or cook in a clean kitchen. So first we're gonna wash your hands, and I think I'll put on an apron. I remember just doing cutting vegetables and stuff. Not get too messy like the flour yesterday with the pot pie crust, but I'll still wear an apron. Okay, so now we're gonna start off with cutting our vegetables. So I have 3 potatoes and I already washed them and peeled them. And then I'm just gonna start by cutting them in half, because then we're gonna end up cutting them in cubes. So after we're done cutting them in cubes, we're just gonna end up going to small, medium dice. It's gonna be really I'm not gonna say rough because we don't want to be rough. We want to be nice, but also it's gonna be, mixed in with a bunch of other things. So it's not gonna be too seen. If it was like, perfect a little bit, it's gonna be okay. Okay, so I just finished cutting all the potatoes. We have a lot actually. And so we're gonna go into the carrots. I also have onions to do, but I'm gonna save. I should do carrots, garlic, onions. But the onions will save until the end because, oh my gosh, onions will be the death of me one day, maybe today. They're just really annoying to cut because I don't know, I just don't enjoy it. Doing a little bit of improvisation because the carrots that I had are bad now. They shrinked up and are really soft now, and I don't want to use those. So what we're gonna do instead, I have 2 of these little snack sized carrots. So I'm just going to use those instead. You would usually need to peel them if they were like the regular size carrots, but since these are already peeled, I'm just going to continue cutting. And we need like a medium sized dice, so honestly just cutting this in half will probably like be good. Also, I have a little snack sized celery, and I figured why not use it, because I don't want it to go bad and I could just put it in the pot pie. I'm still cutting my carrots and celery, and actually this is a really good idea. I'm using up the things that I had in the fridge, and my mom probably would have yelled at me if I didn't use them. So this is good. I'm actually using them, and well, that's it. And I'm using extra, so it's gonna taste even better. So I just finished cutting the carrots and the celery, and I decided I'm actually gonna do the onion right now because I'm just gonna get it over with. I can already smell it, which means I can know the tears are gonna come any second. But yeah, so right now I'm peeling it, and then I'm going to cut it into small dices. Okay, so I literally started this video so I could say so far I'm not crying, but here we go. I literally just started crying. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm cutting the onions right now. Literally, of course, when I start, I'm really gonna say not crying, but here we are. Okay, but I'm cutting them into small dices. This first half is a little messier than I wanted, but it's getting there. Now we're done with the garlic and the onions. We've done mincing the garlic, and we're gonna do 1 3/4 cup of water in a saucepan, and then we're gonna boil it, but with only like tiny bubbles because we don't want medium bubbles. We want tiny bubbles. And then this is how we're gonna make the stock with this. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but we're gonna make it. Okay, while we're waiting for the stock to cook, we're gonna start with the boiling water for the potatoes and the carrots, and then later the peas. So now we have the carrots and potatoes boiling, and then I'm letting the chicken broth cool down after it's dissolved. It's already dissolved, but I'm letting it cool down. So we're gonna let this potatoes and carrots boil for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna put the frozen peas in. They're kind of defrosted already, but they're pretty much frozen still. Just added in my celery along with it, but I'm also gonna add in 1 cup of peas, and then we're just gonna let it boil for another 2 minutes, and then we can start on with the filling, the other filling part. So the carrots and potatoes and celery and peas have just finished boiling, so I have them draining in here in a strainer. And so now we're gonna go on to the garlic and onions. So I have 1/3 cup of butter in my pan right now, and then have it on about medium heat, and we're gonna take 2 cloves of garlic and 1/3 cup of onions. We're gonna let these cook for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna add in all of our other filling. But for now, I'm just gonna mix this and cook for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna put this, and now we're gonna start adding in all the other ingredients. We're gonna add in 1/3 cup of flour. This makes, you know, the filling more thick. I'm gonna stir this in first, and then I'm gonna add in, after this, I'm gonna add in 1/2 teaspoon of salt and pepper. So I just added in the salt and pepper. Now we're gonna add in 1/4 teaspoon of celery salt. I already measured it, so we're just gonna add that in and then stir. Okay, so now we're gonna add in our broth, and this is already measured out to the 1 3/4 cup. So we're just gonna add in slowly. And then we also need to add in the milk, so we have 2/3 cup of milk, and then we're just gonna add it in, and we're just gonna mix this in until it thickens. So we have the filling finally thickened up, and it smells really good. So now we already have the pie crust. I took it out before I started making the filling. I'm gonna remove the top part, and then we're gonna cook this part, the bottom part, for about 5 minutes. And I preheated the oven to 425 degrees. So, okay, let's put it in the oven. While we're waiting for the pie crust to cook, we're gonna start adding in the boiled veggies into the filling. And then we're just gonna keep it off the heat and then wait for the pie crust to be done and then put them into the pie crust. So let's put them in. Okay, all the veggies mixed in. It's really, I don't want to do it too much, but it looks really good and smells really good. And it's not even in the pie yet, so that's really exciting. The pie crust out of the oven. Let me see if it's hot, so I'll show you. I only have one glove. I don't know why. I literally have another one. Yeah. Okay, so here it is. It looks nice and neat. It looks like a real pie crust now. Kind of looked a little off in the beginning, but now we're gonna add in the filling, and it's the exciting part because we're actually gonna get done soon. So I'm gonna take a spoon. Just gonna start adding it in. Oh, I almost spilled it. I just added in the filling, and I'm going to put the top on. And I don't want to rip the top, so. Actually, this side looks better. And then we just have to push it in the edges. Okay, so I just put on the top crust. Yeah, let me put on, it's still hot, okay. So I just put on the top and then cut a couple slits. You can't really see them, but they're in the middle. And now we're gonna put it in the oven for 30 minutes. So let's. Okay, I just took the pot pie out of the oven. It's really hot, but it looks really good. I'm really excited. I had to put my hair because it's going too hot. Anyway, but it smells really good. And it looks really good, and I have to wait for it to cool down, but just 10 minutes. But I'm really excited to eat this. I'm just checking to make sure I creased it well. And it looks like I did, so I'm really excited about that. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. But okay, just have to do the dishes, which probably will take me like the 10 minutes to like cool down, so that's perfect. Okay, this looks really good. Kind of sad this is the last thing I'm gonna do for a while for cooking, but then next quarter I can just do more cooking. But this is a good way to end it off. This wonderfully looking pot pie. It smells so good. Okay, bye.